Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video here on my channel. But first, Happy New Year! It's a new year, obviously. I haven't been checking in here since like beginning of December because I've been working so much and I basically haven't had so much time. And also like I've had a bit of lack of inspiration in general, like Sweden. I haven't been home for a few years during the winter time, so copying with Swedish weather and all of this is like hard. It's hard. I was gonna check in here today because I was asking you guys on my Instagram what you wanted to see on my YouTube channel, and most of you guys were asking about distance relationship advice and how I'm coping with it, being away from Abdel, and yeah, like what's our plan for the future and all these things. So I was thinking that I'm gonna do my makeup and I'm gonna have a chit chat with you guys about everything, and I hope you will enjoy it. And please, like, let me know in the comments like where you're from, if you're in a similar situation like me and Abdel. So yeah, let's head into the video. But yeah, just to like start a little bit, it's 2020, and as you have known from previous videos together with Abdel and me, the plan has been that he will come to Sweden and that we will live here and yeah, like start our lives here. But right now, Abdel is in Dubai. He has been doing a big show together with Red One and one of his best friends, Shafiq. He did the show in Egypt and now he is back in Dubai. And why? Is because he can save a lot of money in Dubai. He earns much better money there than what he does in Morocco and in Marrakesh. So that was like a good plan for him to go back there. So he is there at the moment and I'm still in Gothenburg and I'm working, and it's very hard actually because it's been a tough couple of weeks when he's been working a lot. And when he's working a lot, Abdel gets in his little bubble, which is understandable. He's very professional in his job. The problem is that my confidence in my feelings, it's hard because he doesn't have really time for me. He doesn't have time to call. He's working basically around the clock. And I understand that. It's just that it's hard for me to like deal with the feelings, if you know what I mean. But now when he's back in Dubai, the plan is for him to find a new job. He can save some money. For my personal plans and all this is that I really want to go to school. I want to start the university, and if Abdel is going to come to Sweden, I can't start to study until he's here because I'm not allowed to go to school and get this money from the school, like take a loan to go to school. I need to have like a job so I can provide for him when he's coming, which sucks because I would really like, I need some new stimulation in my life, and I really have always wanted to go to school. And since right now I know what I want to do, it's like very tough to just sit here and wait. I'm not gonna say too much because nothing is like written in stone. We are just like planning, but we are trying to figure out a situation and a solution for us to be together, so he can save money and so I can go to school, so we can combine it, because it's been 2.5 years now since we got together, and we feel like it's time for us to start a life together, to see like, do we work together in a like everyday life? Because I can feel that in the beginning of the relationship, I think it's easier to cope with the distance because you're so like newly in love, everything is exciting, and but as time goes, it's getting harder to like keep the spirit up within yourself. It's like, I love him with all my heart and I want to be with him more than anything. So that's why it's like, the more the time goes, it's getting more frustrating that we are not together, if it makes sense. The plan was for him to come to Sweden, but since I can't go to school and it will take a few years for him to come here, we are trying to see like if there's any other solutions. I'm not a super fan of Sweden at the moment. I'm still 23 years old. I feel like I have a lot of years left to like explore and to see and all these things. So in the future, when I will have a family, and I want to maybe come back to Sweden because it's safe here and we have good systems here, and I really appreciate it that I'm Swedish. But right now in my life, I feel still like I still have so big dreams and big hopes for myself and all these things. So I hope that we will find a solution that is good for both of us and still be together at the same time. Most of you guys asked about like, how do you survive the distance? And believe me, if there is one of me and Abdel who doesn't survive this, it's me. I'm really struggling. Of course, I'm struggling all the time, but some days of the month it's harder and some days it's like easier. And I'm not saying that it's easy. It's never easy, I guarantee you that. But some days it's like, okay, this is how it is. We can't do so much about it. We just need to fight. And some days are like, why can't I just pack my shit and go to him? It's like a fight every day between two parts of your brain, basically. And I was gonna like point out some things that I have found very helpful in distance, and what I think is like important for me to keep my love and spirit alive and to keep going and to keep fighting. And I hope you guys find this helpful. So let's go through them one by one. Number one on my list is to make each other feel special and important. And that can be a little bit goofy point, but even if you guys are far away from each other, you can always make each other feel special. Small, like cute text, a random phone call, just to like let the other person know that you think about them. And I usually say this to Abdel, that a phone call in distance means so much, like a FaceTime call or whatever, because he can't come home to me and hug me and let me know that things are gonna be okay. He can't come home and kiss me. He can't come down to bed before sleep and hug me tight. Like, we don't have that. And important is to keep writing to each other, keep appreciate each other, keep writing loving things. Guys, you can't stop doing that, because that is what makes both of you want to fight for what you guys have. Number two, never, ever, ever take the other person for granted. Like, never. Like, don't expect the other person to understand, and never expect the other person to just be there when it fits you. You need to sacrifice for the other one. Like, if I know that Abdel really needs me and I'm busy, I will make sure that I will call him and like just check in on him. It takes 30 seconds. But don't expect the other person to just sit around and wait for you to have time for the other person. You need to make time for each other. So never take each other for granted, because that's where you're gonna lose. Number three, make each other a part of each other's day, if that makes sense. Like, send each other cute videos. Not cute videos, it doesn't need to be cute, but like send each other videos of what you guys are doing. Send pictures of what you guys are doing, so the other person feel like you are a part of that person's day. Number four, and I hate to say this, I hate to say this, but I think this is more of a women's thing, but in long distance relationship, social media matters. Like, if you post something about your girl or about your man, I know the other person will smile. I know the other person will feel a bit more special. And if I only talk from myself and my own heart, it doesn't need to be something big. I'm not like, it doesn't need to be a long text with like a love explanation every time, but like it can be a picture of you and her, and or of you and him last time you saw each other. It can be like if you're seeing something that reminds you of him or her, post it on your social media. And it's like so silly to say it, and I hate that we are so like caught up in the social media world, but when you're far away and you see like that he's thinking about you by sending you a picture, I know that that means so much for me. You should also take this as a hint a little bit, like if your woman or a man doesn't have any picture with you on social media and you're far away from each other, what? Like that you love, it's like so frustrating. Because this is something that I found silly as so bad, but it's still like something that I found very, very important. Just make the other person feel special, okay? It's not so hard. It's not so hard. Number 5, okay? I'm sorry about my fake tan. I'm saying this to all the boys and guys out there who always say women are so complicated. We are not. Yes, we are complicated when it comes to that we are saying one thing and we mean another because we want you guys to get it, okay? We say that we are fine, but we are actually not, because we want you to, like, we want to see if you care and know us, you know? I understand. We are complicated when it comes to those things. But when it comes to what we want, it's not hard. We want time, we want attention, we want love, and we want to feel special. That's it. For me, I can only talk for myself, but if, let's say Abdel doesn't have time for me all day, he's working all day, and he has just 5 minutes with Wi-Fi, or he only has 5 minutes of time, it means more to me to get a message like, hey love, I just want you to know I'm thinking about you. I would be like, yes. I don't need anything else. I'm not kidding. I don't need anything else if that is the message that I get. Women are not so complicated. I'm not talking about everyone, of course, it's a general thing. But it's the small things that matters. Number 6, FaceTime. FaceTime. See each other. That's it. FaceTime. 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 Number 7, guys. I hate, like, this is one of the most important for me, but me and Abdel has been really bad at this the last couple of times. A new date to see each other again. Like, when I'm going to Marrakesh, when I leave there, I actually want to know and have a booked trip until the next time I will see him. Why? Yes, because then I know for sure when I will see him again, and I have something to look forward to. At the moment, I have no idea when I will see my husband again. And that is also what makes things so much harder. If I have a date, and if I have a time, and if I have all of this clear for me, it's so much easier to survive. I'm not kidding. It's so much easier to survive. Set a date. Me and Abdel had the most beautiful talk a couple of weeks ago that really made like difference for me. All of a sudden we were talking about our future home, like how we want to like decorate it and how we want the place to look, and you know, all these things. And it made things exciting, and I can felt that both of us got excited about the conversation. Make plans together. Talk about your future. Talk about where you want to live. Talk about your dreams. Is it gonna be it can be like, oh, how many kids do we want, or how do we want our future home to look, or how are we gonna plan our wedding, Abdel wedding. But I want my wedding. I want my wedding. Period. I don't know what number we are, maybe 8. But listen, I'm a person who is very driven, this is the good part, okay? I'm very driven. I make things happen because that's who I am. I make things happen, and if I decide to do something, I want to do it right away. And that's maybe not always the best. Like, if I decide tomorrow that I want to go to Australia, I will make sure that I will go to Australia. Like, I book everything, I make sure I like have everything settled. So that's both a good and a bad thing about me, and that's also why it's always important for me to have a plan B. Okay, so I'm a person who always thinks also that, like, worst case scenario. So if something doesn't work out for me and Abdel, I need to, in my soul, have a plan B to not get disappointed. I have this, and it's not always a good thing. It's about survival, and it's about feeling good for myself, but it's hard to copy with someone who is like that, because I can be very spontaneous in my thoughts, and I can be very, okay, let's do it. But then I need to make sure I have everything under control. I need to make sure I know everything about what I'm doing. Oh, that eyebrow went shit straight to hell. Because if plan A doesn't work, I'm not gonna be that disappointed because, okay, I'm safe, I have a plan B, or we have a plan B. If you're very, very not controlling, love to have everything in control, then you don't need to do it. But I am that kind of person who needs to have everything under control. This is Abdel's best side when it comes to distance relationship, and it's my worst. Patience. You need to have patience in distance relationship, otherwise it's definitely not gonna work. Abdel is like a wonder man when it comes to this. He's like, that's why I sometimes can get frustrated about him. I can be like, come on, man, it should be more hard for you. Why is it not hard for you? Why are you like so calm with all these things and I'm here panicking? Poor him. Basically, I think it's that we are from different cultures and we have different mentalities and stuff. He believes that everything comes in the perfect time, and when things are settled, things will happen. When I'm more of a person that I make things happen. I make sure that everything I want will happen. And this is probably where we have the most like arguments and fights, if we do. So patience, guys. Patience is what you need. I just want to tell you guys that if you guys love each other, and if you guys are willing to fight for each other and fight to keep the other person feel special and all these things that I've said, you guys are gonna make it. But you need to make each other feel special. You need to show the other person that you're gonna fight for them, because long distance relationship and relationship with like between different countries, it is harder. It is harder, and it's always gonna be harder because you have the systems against you. You have so many people to prove wrong. And if you just are always there for each other and you're always fighting for each other, I'm sure you're gonna make it. Make sure that you also have something that you're passionate about in your everyday. Don't always rely on the other person to make you feel happy. You need to be happy yourself too. I'm trying to find that passion. I'm struggling a lot here in Sweden, and but we will see what happens when it comes to like mine and Abdel's plan. The plan is definitely to be together and to start our lives together. I feel like it's been too long. In September we have been together for 3 years, and we still haven't experienced living together. And I saw some of you guys that were asking about like, okay, but where are you gonna live? Are you gonna live in Morocco or Sweden? And if it comes to between Morocco and Sweden, we definitely gonna go to Sweden. But right now we don't know if it's gonna be either of the countries. Maybe we feel like it's good for us to start over somewhere else, to like both have a new start, and we both can start a new life together. So nothing is written in stone, nothing is decided. We just know that the next step for us is to really be together. I feel that I need to be with him in order to survive, and in order to stay positive about the process. But hopefully soon I will go and see him in Dubai. He's gonna be there for some time. So hopefully that's the next step right now. Oh my god, I forgot the most important. How can I forget the most important? Thank you, babe Abdel, for reminding me of the most important. It's of course, the most important thing is to trust each other. Like, this is something that has been very hard for me at times, and it's not that I don't trust Abdel, it's that I'm sometimes insecure about myself. Yeah, it's just that an insecurity within myself, but unfortunately it's taking out on Abdel. Trusting each other, like I trust him with all my heart, I really do. But when it comes to like a woman having her period, this is important guys, when a woman has her period, some things within her self-confidence change. She can be a bit insecure, she can be a bit worried, and having weird feelings and thoughts. Believe me, I have been going back to conversations with Abdel so many times and be like, oh my god, why am I such a psycho bitch? It's hard sometimes, and of course I get that it's not always easy. But if you don't trust each other, you never ever gonna last. It's of course okay to have moments of doubts and moments when you question everything, but in the end, if you don't trust each other, it's not gonna last. And I'm so sorry to say that, but it's just the truth. And just one more thing that I find very important for me. I don't need so much, but one thing that I really truly need is understanding. Abdel doesn't always need to like agree with everything that I say, and he doesn't need to agree with all my thoughts and feelings, but it's important for me that he understands me. So understanding, and also know that sometimes it's harder for the other person. Some moments it's tougher, some days are harder, and sometimes you ask each other stupid questions. And don't get angry at the other person because they tell you how they feel. Don't get angry for the person caring and just want you to understand. Because I know from my heart, when I tell Abdel something that I feel and that I want him to understand, I never mean something bad. I never want to make him upset or angry, or I just want understanding. Before I said what a woman wants and needs, you can add understanding into that list too. It's gonna be struggles, it's gonna be hard times, it's gonna be times when you get angry and frustrated and just want to like throw everything away. But if you guys love each other, I promise you can do it. You can do it. I trust that time will come when everything will settle if both of you fight for it. There can't be one person who fights more than the other, because then the person who fights is gonna get tired of the other person. who doesn't fight. Last but not least, I know that if you love this person and if you know that this is the person you want to be with, you can make it. I know there are times where things are hard and where you question everything and you doubt and you just want to give it up. I understand. I really, really do. But understand each other, help each other, support each other, and most of all, love each other. The small thing matters, and you are important, so is the other person, and that's how it always should be and feel for both of you. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this small, I think it was 11 small tips helped you guys, and I wish that Abdel was here as well, because then you could have get both of our advice. But Abdel also wrote that it's the love and trust, and to have make sure 100% that that is the person you want to be with and spend all your life with. This is the most important, and also to respect and understand. And this other person should be big in your eyes. That means like important, and one day to know that you want to have a family with this person and have a future. So all of the love from me and from Abdello in Dubai, and thank you guys. Kisses. Ciao. Wait, I have one more thing. I got this beautiful question from Abdel's friend, or our friend, Marwan. He's also in a distance relationship, and he said, love has plane tickets, but if not, how to create a base for a strong distance relationship. And I want you to look back at the things I said, first of all, but don't forget that it's both responsibilities to like keep the fire alive. If you don't have the opportunity to visit each other, which I can understand, make sure that you make the other person feel special in other ways. Make sure that you think about them when the person has the opportunity to come and visit. Make sure you do things. Make sure you record things. Make sure you can look back at the things you did. Small things matters, and I say it with all my heart. Small things matters. Everything doesn't need to cost money, but make sure the other person feels special, and both you and the other person has equal responsibility to make that happen. Peace.